Welcome to the Play Space Live. It has been too long. Good to see you again. Keith Avalon for Play Games, same as producing tonight's show as usual. Tonight we will have the random draw for our annual Commissioner's Surprise Hockey Blast tournament. We've done this tournament every year for almost a decade. In fact, this may be our 10th year. I should have checked that before before we went live, but I know it's been about 10 years. And we do this every year. We celebrate the release of the new pro hockey season card set by having a big old tournament. And it's not like any other tournament you've ever participated in or read about. We do it a little bit differently. We usually do the preliminary rounds as a community project, and then we go live on location to do the finals. Last year we were in Utah. I had the Utah-October event and made our Commissioner's Surprise Hockey Blast Finals part of that. The year before we were in Winnipeg. This year we'll be in Dallas at BGG-Con for the finals of the Commissioner's Surprise Hockey Blast Tournament. So we're excited to get this thing underway again. It just celebrates the start of another fall season, and we're geared up. I'll tell you about the tournament here in just a second. You may be wondering why I'm not wearing Colorado Avalanche gear. I got a Rockies Cityscape hat and a Southern California Sun jersey. Well, part of that is because we missed last week, and we're going to miss next week as well. And I had some topics that I wanted to talk about, so we're kind of it's sort of a grab bag show in addition to being the Commissioner's Surprise random draw. So we'll get the grab bag part out of the way first. So people sometimes ask me, do you play your games? Do you have any projects going on? And I do have actually this Southern California Sun project, which I started last year, the 1974 World Football League. Started it actually played the first game at the Canton event in 2024. Not this year's Canton event, but the year before. It was when I kicked it off. I played Harvey Couch. He took the Portland Storm. I took the Southern California Sun. That was the start of this season replay. And when I first started, I was going to do a 10-game replay. I figured, a 10-game season. That's that'll be enough for me to get the flavor of this. Well, I started playing. I was like having so much fun with it. I thought, I'll play 14. And then I decided I'm going to play the full 20-game season. So I'm playing the full 20-game season, although it doesn't echo the actual 20-game season. I'm playing all the teams twice, except for the two teams that folded, Detroit and Jacksonville. I play them once. In fact, I've already played them both. Everybody else, though, I played twice for a total of 20 games. So it's been a lot of fun, but it has been the Southern California Sun has had the worst breaks of any project I've ever played before. I was making a list of all the things that have gone wrong. So right now we're 6 and 7. Played 13 games. We were 6 and 7. In real life, they went 13 and 7. So we're way behind the pace. I do have an asterisk to add to that here shortly, but just going down the litany of things that have gone wrong. First week after playing Portland, leading Chicago 21-7, late in the third quarter, wound up losing 29-21. Virgil Carter with a touchdown pass with about a minute to play. In week 6, I was leading New York, the lowly Stars, 31-22, leading by 9 with 2 minutes and 15 seconds to play, and lost. The Stars scored twice in the last 2 minutes to win 38-31. I was leading Birmingham. Of course, they were, in the championship game, leading Birmingham 18-0 in the second quarter, wound up losing 29-25. Played a game in Connecticut against Vinny Mancini. We played again the Stars. He took the Stars. I took the Sun. We played it at the Digital to Dice convention, and Vinny will remember this. I was leading 14-3 with about 6 minutes to play, and the Stars scored twice late to win the game 18-14. But it all pales in comparison to the game I just played, Week 13, against the Florida Blazers. And I just want to recap this just to get it off my chest. So we're leading 14-8. As about 5 minutes left to play in the game, and I have just punted. Because the Sun kicking is horrible. I mean, it's hard to believe they even tried any field goals as bad as they were. I think we're 2 for 12 so far. So I punted, pinned the Blazers back to their own 10-yard line. So I'm up by a point or up by a touchdown, 14-8, with about 4 minutes left, and the Blazers had the ball at their own 10-yard line. Well, Tommy Riemann was like the big star of the league, and he just becomes a beast. I pretty much held him in check, but in this last drive, he just goes crazy. He gets runs of 9 yards, 13 yards, 31 yards. And then they get down to my 10-yard line, and that's where things start to fall apart for the Blazers. Riemann is rated 0 on the pass, so instead of a touchdown pass, the ball gets dropped. He drops the ball, and it's incomplete. Then Jim Strong, the fullback, happens to be 1- on the run, and he misses his block, which also prevented a touchdown. So now it's 4th down, and Bob Davis, the Blazer quarterback, goes back to pass, and I sack him. But Cleveland Van, the Sun linebacker, sacks him. So now I've got the ball back. There's about a little bit more than 2 minutes to play, and all you need is 1 first down. And even then, even though I have to punt, they've still got to come all the way downfield again. So no first down. We 3 and out. They burn their timeouts. They save 1 timeout. I punt the ball, and I get off a 35-yard kick, and they get a 15-yard return. So with 1:26 left, the Blazers have the ball at my 49-yard line, and here we go. Incomplete, and then Riemann, a 5-yard run. 48 seconds now from the 44. It's incomplete. Throws medium to Collins. We're blitzing. Incomplete. So it's 4th down and 5 from my 44. Game is on the line. 40 seconds left, and it gives it to Riemann because he's done everything for them so far. He gets 8 yards. They get the first down, but they have to burn their last time out. There's 32 seconds left now. They're 1st and 10 at my 36. They go long. They can connect it. 29-yard gain down to the 8-yard line, but he can't get out of bounds. Clock is ticking. Spike the ball. 2 seconds left. They got time for 1 play. 1st and goal from my 7. So at this point, I'm not even calling the plays myself. I'm letting the game call the plays. I'm using the automated play chart on the game board. So I just roll the dice to see what are they going to call and what am I going to call. So I roll the dice and they give it to Riemann. The last play of the game, I guess it makes sense. And I'm in a run defense. So a run play against a run defense. This is good. The game on the line, and I get an unusual result. All right. So I go to the unusual result chart. I get a rare play. And I go to the rare play. I roll like an 11. I think it was 11 or a 12. And it was rare play 12. It's a broken play. Davis slips and falls. You can look this up in your second season game book. Rare play 12 on an outside run. Broken play. Quarterback slips and falls. Laterals to the guard, who runs for dice plus dice yards. Now they're at the 7. All right. So I roll the 2 dice and I roll an 8. So Brandon picks up the lateral and scores the touchdown as the game ends. And I lose again. And I was telling Sam, I wrote this result. I created the game book like 40 years ago. And I would never have imagined then, having written that result, that I'd be playing this game 40 years later and I would suddenly have that result come up in my game book. It's just, I don't know. It was just notable. So I felt like I needed to share it. So now we're 6 wins and 7 losses. I do have to put an asterisk, though, because in the real life World Football League season, the Sun did play Jacksonville and Detroit. Those 2 teams are horrible. They did play them twice. So, and I substituted Birmingham and Memphis. So the team really probably should have been 11-9 with the schedule I'm playing. So, I probably will get to there. I think I'll probably wind up about 11-9. I might pull out 12 wins, but we're 6 and 7 right now. But thankfully, the tough part of the schedule is out of the way. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that. I do enjoy playing second season, even to this day. Kermit Johnson's having a great season, by the way. 12 touchdowns, 1,123 yards rushing, averaging about 5-something per carry. Tony Adams is doing really well too for the Sun. I am enjoying it. They've just found so many ways to lose the game. It's been memorable. All right, now baseball. Quickly talking about baseball, then we'll get to hockey. We did wrap up I just want to call back to the in-season set. We took the in-season set off the shopping cart, but it is still on the site. I moved it to the free stuff page. So I've gotten a couple emails from people saying, I didn't get a chance to download it, or I want to download it again. I misplaced the file. It is on the free stuff page, the History Maker Baseball free stuff page. Looking at the results from the our fast forward. I think it was super interesting. Of course, I posted these on our website on the blog about this. We did the World Series pre-play in Davenport, Iowa, a couple weeks ago, and you can read about that. The Brewers were our World Series champions, and but looking at the way the standings unfolded compared to how our standings unfolded, it was super interesting. We had Cleveland in our fast forward project. Cleveland got hot, but Detroit didn't get quite as cold as they did in real life. So in our project, I hate to call it a replay, our pre-play, I guess I should call it. In our pre-play, the Guardians got hot, but they didn't have they couldn't catch the Tigers, and the Astros wound up sneaking away with the final wild card spot. But if you look at the standings now, there's like the Astros are the ones that kind of got hosed. They were on the outside looking in. The Tigers managed to get that last spot, and then today the Tigers won. So it was like all that excitement for naught. The Tigers wound up advancing anyway. But it was fun. It was interesting how that was similar. The Reds in our replay were horrible. They only won 3 games of their last 20. But in real life, of course, they got really hot. So it's interesting how things can unfold different alternate universes. It doesn't necessarily make one of those results unrealistic. It's just like you play a season out 100 times, you're going to get different results. And in this particular outcome, the Reds were cold and the Pirates were hot. But in the real life outcome, it was quite the reverse. But we had generally the same contestants, the same people in the playoffs. Looks like it'll be so we wound up with the Yankees and the Brewers in our World Series, and the Yankees, of course, playing. I think they're playing right now. Playing the Red Sox for the deciding game in that wild card series. So I won't keep you long. I just want to make a nod to the fact that our fast forward, big league fast forward stacked up pretty well to the way it actually shook out. A lot of the teams had identical records to what they had in real life in our replay. So you can check that out. It's on the blog post for the fast forward project. And congratulations to the Brewers in our project. We'll see if they can make that happen in real life. Now let's get to hockey. So the way this works is, usually I draw it out of a hat, but I got a nice little box with all the team logos in it. So I punch them out, and every team's got, I don't know if you can see that. Every team's got their little logo on a little coin. And I'll just shake the box up, and we'll just draw them randomly. That's the way this tournament works. A lot of tournaments have. It's not like any other organized tournament where you get seedings and brackets, and if this team wins, they will play the highest seeded team. Or there's some structure to it. This tournament is completely unstructured. We draw completely at random, both the matchups and the home team. We have had numerous occasions in the past where a team, a lesser team, will advance very far in the tournament, largely because they keep getting the home ice, and that's fair game in this tournament. That's why we call it the Commissioner's Surprise. Anything can happen. Anybody can win it. It really is a wide open tournament. And we draw the matchups at random, including the home ice. And we do and at the end of the round, after all the games have been played, we put the winners' tokens back into the hat and shake it up and draw new matchups again. So that's how the tournament works. We do invite the community to participate. We've had community participation every single year that we've done this, where we'll post the games. And you can just, if your favorite team makes it, well, your favorite team will make it, because all 32 teams make it in this tournament. So if you'd like to play your team's game, just let me know, and you can have the game and play it, and you can play it express or full play, however you like, and report the result. We'll give you credit for playing it, and post it on our recap, our ongoing live updates of the tournament. And so you can volunteer in the chat, you can email me. info@play.com is the best email address for that. Or you can message me other ways, however you like to do. Just make sure I know that you're taking a game. And again, it's first come, first serve. So the first person that claims the game will get to play it. And that might be a good idea to have an alternate game if you want to play a game in the tournament. Have a second choice. That might be helpful. All right, and that's it. I'm going to shake the box up. I think It's possible for these little coins to fly out of here somehow. I don't know how, but I had it happen earlier today. So I'm going to flip it like this. Are we going to go to the table cam? Let's go to the table cam. So I can spread these out. I don't want to see this. I wish I could. I could probably do it like this. Is the table cam not working? Or?
It's working.
So there will be 16 matchups in no particular order. And the first team that I draw will be the home team. And then the next team I draw will be the visiting team. So our first matchup will have... Ooh, I almost knocked over my water. We got the LA Kings at home. I'm going to move this water over here. So I don't... that's going to knock over. Put it over here. There we go. Let me get a sip of it first. Now I'll put it over here. All right, so the Kings will be at home against... Oops, I drew two. That's the Islanders. Islanders will play at the Kings. That'll be a good matchup. That's our first matchup. Next we have at home the Kraken. Seattle Kraken. And they'll be hosting the Canucks. That's a battle of the Pacific Northwest. All right. Next, at home will be Vegas. Vegas Golden Knights. Rob Gallimore gives me grief because on the cards I put Las Vegas, not Vegas. Every year he says, you know, it's actually known as the Vegas Golden Knights. I said, yeah, I know. It's just my little protest. When they change them to the Vegas Raiders, then I'll start putting Vegas on the cards. All right, Vegas will be hosting. Oops, I picked two. The Rangers. They'll be hosting the Rangers. I don't know who that other team was. Vegas and the Rangers. Next, at home will be the Flyers. And they will get to play the Canucks. The Canadiens. Vancouver, the Montreal Canadiens. All right, next we have the Tampa Bay Lightning. And they will host the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. I'm never sure whether it goes this way or this way. I think it goes this way. I guess it really doesn't matter. It could go either way.
It's probably supposed to be a D, right?
Maybe it's supposed to represent a D, so that would be the right way. At home will be the Mammoth. There's some consternation in Colorado. Our lacrosse team's called the Mammoth, but apparently they gave them their blessings. Yeah, go ahead and call your team the Mammoth. The Utah Mammoth. I do love their colors. They look pretty great. And the logo's super neat, too. And the Mammoth will be hosting the Penguins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got room for two more on the top, then we'll go to a new row. We have at home the Sabres. Michael Balch is going to choose them, I bet. They're at home facing the Panthers. That might not bode well for Buffalo. All right, in the final game of this row, we'll have the Blue Jackets. Another one, I think it goes like this. No, I think it goes like that. No, it goes like this. I should know. Yeah, because the star pointing up at the top. Oh, it looks like the flag is upside down. And they will host the Flames, Calgary Flames. Usually Steve Heller plays this game. He's a big Blue Jackets fan. All right, half the matchups are established. Let's do the other half. The Avalanche are still not on the table yet. I might have to claim them. The Devils. And they are hosting the Sharks. Devils and the Sharks. Next we have, hosting team is going to be the Red Wings. And they will be playing. Oh, there's a nice a Big Six rivalry there, huh? Classic. Blackhawks and Red Wings. That'll be a great one. Next, at home will be the Maple Leafs. And traveling to Toronto will be the Bruins. Oh, another, look at that. Another Big Six 100-year rivalry. That'll be a great one. Toronto will be at home for that. Boston has seen better years, but it still be a great game, I'm sure. At home will be the Winnipeg Jets. And they will host, starting to run out of tokens here. They will host, the Oilers, a little a Western Canadian prairie battle. It's totally random, but it is fun how sometimes you get these really great matchups. All right, at home will be the Blues, St. Louis Blues. And they will play the Hurricanes. Should be a good one. 3 matchups left. Still no Avs. Oh, well, here we go. And they're at home. That's a good sign. Let's see who they play. They will play. Trying to be careful. This team wedged in the side of the box. Oh, the Dallas Stars. Oh, that'll be a great one. They had a brouhaha in the playoffs last year. So that will be a great one. If nobody takes that one, I'm definitely putting it on my tabletop. At home will be the Minnesota Wild. And they will play the Predators. Oh, look at that. They're all kind of similar logos. And that leaves, who does that leave us? The Caps. Oh, I guess the Caps are at home, and they will be playing the Senators. So there we go. That is our lineup. We got some really good matches. This is going to be a great matchup. These 3 are all excellent. This should be good. Nice battle of the Northwest here. So yeah, there we go. Our 2025 Commissioner Surprise Hockey Blast Tournament. If you want to play one of these games, let me know, and we'll be happy to hand it over to you. We'll do there's about 30 games in the tournament total. Winners will advance. We'll put all the winning tokens back in a box and have new matchups. We'll do this until there's. I'm going to guess we're going to play the final 4, maybe the final 8, the Great 8. To be determined how many teams we'll bring with us to Dallas. A lot of it, we're still sort of counting hands as to how many people are going to be going to that, and we'll adjust our tournament accordingly so that everybody has a chance to play who wants to play. All right, there you go. No stream next week. My wife and I will be traveling to Wisconsin again, going up to Eau Claire. So looking forward to getting some fall color, visiting with my daughter and her husband. So we'll have no stream next week, but we'll be back the week after that. I've been wanting to do this stream. I apologize for not having done it. Forgotten freebies. So, I was going through the newsletter files. It's been about a month now. And I think maybe if you're new to this community, you may not realize we've been doing newsletters. We do the eConnect now, the Connect newsletter, which is part of our websites and blog posts. We used to send out an emailed newsletter every month, and we've been doing this since 2000. I think to 2012. So it's over a decade, and we've done it every month, and every month has included freebies, just like we still do. And so we've got a bunch of freebies, and they're not all on the website. A lot of times we'll take the freebie and we'll eventually post it on the free stuff page, but sometimes they don't make it there. And so in going through, it's like, oh, I remember this one. And so a lot of these date back to 2013, 2014, like 10 years ago, and I think you'll get a kick out of seeing them again. We'll make them live again too, so you can print them and play them and reminisce a little bit. So that'll be happening Not next week, but the week following. Our Forgotten Freebies show. Don't want to miss it. So plan on joining us for that. Till then, have a great weekend. Have a great week. It's good to see you guys again. Hope everybody's doing well. Enjoying this wonderful time of the year where you got all the sports going on at the same time: football and baseball and basketball and hockey, and it's just a love. Not to mention the fall colors. So it's a wonderful time to be here. Wonderful time to be playing sports board games. So glad you could join us tonight. Hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you again soon here on the Play Games YouTube channel.